The mystery of lost languages, scripts we still can't read. What happens when a language dies and takes its secrets with it throughout human history? Entire civilizations have risen, flourished, and vanished. Some left behind monumental architecture, others left tools, art, and ruins. But the most fragile and mysterious inheritance they left behind was language, and in some cases, those languages disappeared so completely that we can no longer understand them. These are the lost languages of humanity, voices from the past that still whisper through undeciphered scripts and fragmented inscriptions. One of the most intriguing examples is Etruscan, spoken by the Etruscans in ancient Italy before the rise of Rome. The Etruscans built advanced cities, influenced Roman religion and politics, and thrived for centuries. Thousands of inscriptions survive, carved into tombs, etched into mirrors, written on pottery. And yet, despite having a readable alphabet derived from Greek, the language itself remains only partially understood. We can pronounce Etruscan words. We know some names, some titles, a few basic terms. But we still do not fully grasp its grammar, many of its meanings, or its deeper structure. It does not clearly belong to the Indo-European language family, which includes Latin and Greek. This isolation makes comparison difficult. Without a bilingual inscription, like the Rosetta Stone was for Egyptian hieroglyphs, progress remains slow and uncertain. Even more mysterious is Linear A, the script used by the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete around 1800 to 1450 BCE. Linear A appears on clay tablets, religious objects, and administrative records. Scholars can read the symbols phonetically because a later script, Linear B, was deciphered in the 1950s and shares similar signs. But the language encoded in Linear A is not the same as Linear B. Linear B turned out to represent an early form of Greek. Linear A does not match Greek or any clearly identified language family. This means researchers can sound out the symbols, but the meaning remains elusive. It is like being able to read aloud a sentence in an unknown language without understanding what any of the words mean. Why are these languages so hard to decipher? One key reason is the lack of context. Successful decipherment often depends on having large volumes of text or bilingual translations. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs were cracked open because of the Rosetta Stone, which displayed the same text in Greek and Egyptian. In contrast, many lost languages survive only in short inscriptions, repetitive economic records, or ritual dedications. Without narrative texts or translations, patterns are difficult to identify. Another example is the Indus Valley script, associated with one of the world's earliest urban civilizations. Thousands of short inscriptions exist, but most are only a few symbols long. Scholars debate whether it represents a full writing system or a symbolic notation. Without longer texts, statistical analysis remains inconclusive. The disappearance of languages is often tied to conquest, migration, and cultural assimilation. When the Romans expanded, Etruscan gradually gave way to Latin. When Mycenaean Greek culture spread, Linear A vanished along with Minoan political structures. Over time, new languages replace old ones, and unless texts are preserved and transmitted, knowledge dissolves. But some scholars believe lost languages may still hold answers to major historical puzzles. Understanding Etruscan more fully could reshape what we know about early Roman religion and governance. Deciphering Linear A might reveal details about Minoan trade networks, mythology, and social structure. These scripts are not just linguistic curiosities. They are locked archives of human experience. Modern technology has introduced new hope. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are now being applied to undeciphered scripts. Algorithms can detect patterns in symbol frequency, compare structures across language families, and test hypothetical grammatical models. While no major lost language has yet been fully cracked by AI alone, computational tools are accelerating research in ways unimaginable decades ago. Yet there is also a sobering reality. Some languages may be permanently lost if too little data survives. Or if no related languages exist for comparison, the puzzle may never be solved. In those cases, entire worldviews, myths, philosophies, scientific knowledge may remain forever inaccessible. Lost languages remind us that communication is fragile. Writing systems can disappear. Cultural memory can fade. Even thriving civilizations can become silent, and this silence carries a powerful lesson. Every undeciphered script represents a mind trying to communicate across time. Someone once wrote those symbols believing they would be understood. They recorded transactions, prayers, names, and stories. They assumed continuity. They did not imagine that thousands of years later, we would stare at their words as if they were code from another planet. The mystery of lost languages is not only about deciphering symbols. It is about recovering human voices. It is about bridging centuries of silence and reconnecting with forgotten perspectives on reality. Perhaps one day, a breakthrough will come. A new inscription will be discovered. A computational method will reveal hidden structure, or a forgotten bilingual text will emerge from an excavation site. Until then, these languages remain suspended between knowledge and oblivion, silent, waiting, and reminding us that even the most powerful civilizations can vanish, leaving behind only fragments of words carved in stone.